in FitWorkz hybrid training gym in DeKalb, Illinois. Kind of left everybody hanging on Periscope earlier, a little bit intentionally, a little bit because YouTube doesn't like longer videos, and a little bit because Facebook takes forever to load longer videos. So we're back at it. I talked a little bit in part one about how I lost over 60 pounds. Yes, I've gone from 232, sick in the doctor's office, to averaging a weight of 170, 171 pounds for well over 15 years. We're approaching 20 years now. So how did I actually do it? I mentioned in part one a lot of the mistakes that I made, things I tried that didn't work. By all means, if you're watching live and you have a question, ask. We do these videos to help you. If you're watching on social media or on YouTube later on, message us, post, ask. But we're trying to do this to help other people out and prevent some of the frustration I went through trying to lose those 60 pounds. So what is a day like for me, or what do I do today? Literally, you can take a look at Eat by Color. If you go to our Facebook page right now, first 13 people, we have a bundle. We're going to do 2 books and a bunch of other stuff. Tim, we got somebody at the counter. So you want to go?
Here, I'm going to switch the camera and you do it?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so I'm actually going to take the camera. We're going to flip-flop until Tim, who normally shoots our videos, finishes up. But Facebook, go to facebook.com/eatbycolor. There's a link at the top. It'll be on eatbycolor.com later today. Here's the deal. First 13 people, 13 only, are going to get both Eat by Color, the print version, and Exercise Galore, the print version. If you look at Exercise Galore, there are over, it's right around 300 pages. There's 280 some with actual text. But the Exercise Galore book, 100 exercises, how to do them safely, effectively, plus there's a couple programs built for you. Now, let's talk about what I did to lose the 60 pounds. What do I do currently today? First of all, you need to, don't skip breakfast. Eat every 2 to 4 hours that you're awake. If it ends up being 6 meals, great. If life gets busy, you get 4, fantastic. If you can only get 3, then you only get 3, and maybe you try long term, you want to set a goal of getting a 4th meal, great. Don't get hung up on having to have the 6 meals. You're going to set yourself up to fail if your lifestyle just won't allow it. So what am I doing food-wise? Eating 4 to 6 times a day, don't skip breakfast. What am I eating in those meals? Protein at every meal. Again, I follow my Eat by Color book, okay? It's a lifestyle, not a diet. Protein at every meal. Carbs at about half of my meals. By carbs, I'm referring to what we used to call complex carbs. Carbs are starches at half of my meals. So if I eat 6 times, 3 of the meals probably have a complex carb. Lots of vegetables, intentionally getting, say, 30 grams of fat, 30 grams of fiber. If you want to know what foods are high in fiber, Google it. You want to know what foods are high in healthy fats, Google healthy fat or Google omega-3 fats. When you look at the Eat by Color book, and this is the page, I'll try and get this in here. So this is the actual page right there, if you can see that. I literally wrote that on a Post-it note for the girl that used to cut my hair. She lost over 40 pounds, won a weight loss contest. I think she won like $1,000 in her salon. And literally all she did was what I wrote on a Post-it note, which is the first page of Appendix A. If you really want something, this is a big one, have it. Life's too short. There's no counting with Eat by Color. There's no macros. There's no calories. And by the way, calories are macros and macros are calories. At the end of the day, you're still tracking and trending and obsessing over numbers. Long term, it doesn't work. I don't do that today. Have I done that? Yes. It's no way to be successful long term. So, pretty simple. Eat every 2 to 4 hours. Make sure you have protein at every meal. Have complex, or what we traditionally refer to as starches, in half of your meals. Lots of vegetables. And I'm going to hand this back over to Tim. You can go back to it. So lots of vegetables at every meal. Basically, if you can grow it in your garden, you should have all you want of it. The exception are going to be things like corn, peas, potatoes, things of that nature. Okay, so all the green vegetables you want, stuff like green beans, radishes, carrots, onions, tomatoes, green pepper, red pepper, yellow pepper, all you want, broccoli, cauliflower, all you want. The more, the better. There's lots of vitamins, minerals, water content in that. Should you have canned? Should you have frozen? Should you have fresh? Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you buy fresh and you don't finish it, it's going to go in the garbage. can's not going to expire for like 5 years. The frozen stuff, if you can deal with freezer burn, that's going to be good for like a year. So buy what you like, all the vegetables you want. Intentionally get around 30 grams of healthy fat, or preferably healthy fat. We cover the eat every 2 to 4 hours. Don't get hung up if you can't get 6 meals in. Don't worry about it. This is a big one, and I already mentioned it. It's worth mentioning again. If you really want something, have it. 2 reasons for that. 1, life's too short. None of us are guaranteed another tomorrow. And 2, there's a lot of research looking at why are we addicted to some foods. We did a couple videos. We did a video on chocolate and why people crave chocolate. We did a video on food addiction earlier this week. Well, there's a reason. Some foods cause an increase in in dopamine, and that's the feel-good chemical. So by eating those foods, you feel good. And what the research says is just having the stuff in the foods, like encapsulated, like they took the components of chocolate, put it in a capsule and said, here, swallow this, doesn't make the craving go away. So if you want it, have it, because if you try and substitute, you're going to end up eating what you tried substituting, and then you're going to go have the chocolate anyways. You're going to have the salad, and then you're going to have the pizza anyways. So if you really want it, have it. That's huge. We're looking long term. We don't want a diet. We want a lifestyle. If you look at it on a monthly basis, 25 out of 30 days is pretty darn good. 300 days out of 365 over the course of a year, you're doing awesome. That's the approach that I take. That's how I've lost the 60 pounds and kept it up. Training-wise, you don't need a lot of cardio, okay? And if you go over to the facebook.com/eatbycolor, so just look for Eat by Color on Facebook, you'll find my Eat by Color page. We're in the process of putting this on eatbycolor.com as well. We got a bundle going right now where you get Eat by Color. So this will take care of the how to eat, what to eat, why to eat. You don't have to read the whole thing. It's short if you want to read it. If not, just go to Appendix A, and then Exercise Galore. This is going to teach you how to do over 100 weight training exercises safely and effectively. All right, now we're going to send you the print version, which has still images, but there's a bit.ly short link for every single exercise that you can type into a web browser, and there's a video of myself and my training department actually doing the video, or doing the exercise in the video. So it's kind of bulletproof. It's an easy way to learn how to do it. Plus, there's 2 complete workouts in the back of the book built for you. So now you actually have a plan when you go to the gym. You're armed with a plan. You know what to do. You know how to safely do it. You don't feel like a fish out of water. You don't wonder if you're doing something wrong. You're going to know confidently that you're doing the exercises right. You have a plan that actually works. Plus, cardio, we tell you the only way to do cardio, back to how did I lose the 60 pounds and keep it off? Today I do very little cardio. If you want to look at, well, I need some, or you don't want to believe that you don't need the cardio, great. 3 days a week for around an hour, exercise lifting weights. Or let's say 40 or 45 minutes. 15 or 20 minutes, 3 days a week, do interval cardio. Guess what else is in the book? The interval cardio programs. Combination of the 2 things is everything you need. It's what I currently do, minus the cardio, to maintain my weight. If it works for me, it will work for you too. Any questions?
No, but make sure you thank Kel and Ray. They shared you a lot.
Who did?
Kel and Ray.
Kelly and Ray, thanks for sharing. We appreciate it. Without you guys, nobody hears about us. We're trying to get the message out there. That's why the books were written, quite simply because I own a club here in DeKalb, and not everybody's here. For those folks that aren't, we can get our message out. We can give people help and help them avoid frustration. Nobody else? All right, let's kill it.